Hi, it's Jen. I hope you're having a great night tonight. I wanted to hop on and share a little bit of information of some really an interesting study that I just heard when I was doing some of my personal development the other morning. It was really kind of mind blowing because I have a lot of friends who are either going through job interviews or have big presentations coming up, or myself at the studio that I work at. It's a fitness studio. I do super slow motion strength training. It's super easy to say. We've got an open house coming up where we're going to be inviting a bunch of people into the studio and showing them what we do there. So if you're going to be in the Rancho Bernardo area, I'd love for you to join us at the Perfect Workout in Rancho Bernardo. Go ahead and message me if you have any questions. That's what you see my, whoops, wrong side, cool jacket. Anyway, the Perfect Workout, Rancho Bernardo. So we've got this big open house coming up, and I had been looking at some things to help feel confident in any kind of situation. It's something, there are a couple of things I personally do that help me, and I'll just kind of share that. I practice in front of a mirror. Not gonna lie, I practice smiling at myself in front of a mirror. It sounds kind of weird, but if you practice saying certain things that you know you're going to be saying, or just saying hi to people and, you know, reaching out to shake hands with confidence, it really does help. Um, yes, it sounds kind of funny, but it helps. And then you're getting a smile. But that's my thing. That's not necessarily based on science. I found this study, and it's a well-known study by Amy Cuddy. This was done at Columbia and Harvard, so you know they're not messing around. And I'm going to consult my notes because I'm going to start talking about numbers here. And if you know me, you know numbers are not my strong suit. A 2 could be the same as a 35, and it's just like, oh, generic number, and I scroll over it. So the important thing here is this is talking about high power poses and low power poses. So high power poses are the kinds of poses that are going to have people instill confidence in you. You're going to look confident, feel confident. You're going to command a presence. And really, people are going to want to listen to you. So one of the things like I'm doing right now, although I'm talking with my hands, is I'm sitting up. You sit up straight. There were 3 different ones that they talked about, and I'll kind of go through. So if you're seated, kind of sitting up, you don't have to be like rigid military, but just kind of sitting up and kind of leaning forward, leaning into the person that you're speaking with. Also, just kind of, I'm going to sit back a little bit, kind of just like recline just slightly, not crossing your arms or anything like that, or crossing your legs, unless you're wearing a skirt, and then, you know, politely. You're just kind of leaning back, but still engaged and maintaining eye contact. So that's a great seated one. The other one, that's really loud, they called it the Superwoman. And so, you know, nice, my feet are kind of like a little bit over hip width distance apart, you know, hands on your hips, and just kind of, you know, nice tall back, and just kind of looking out and up and not looking down. So that's what they call the Superwoman. And the last one, these are the 3 big ones, they call it the Trump. Not going to get political, but I don't like being associated with that. I call it the CEO. So you're kind of like, let's say you've got a table in front of you, and you're kind of hands on the table and leaning forward and leaning into people. So those are the top 3 poses. Now, while I'm standing up, the low power poses would be like, you know, hunched over, your arms crossed, your legs crossed, and just kind of like looking down. Like, nobody wants to listen to me now because I'm looking down at the ground. I don't look like I know what I'm talking about. I don't look like I care to be here. It's just not fun. Whoops. I'm going to try not to make some. And then again, we kind of talked about it, just like leaning back or hunched over. I mean, this makes me feel like high school, like taking SATs, like I was up late studying or at swim practice, and I just don't want to be here, and I'm tired and trying to take a nap. Nobody wants to listen to you there. So these kinds of poses will help command the room, help you feel confident in your situations, whatever they may be. And they actually did a study to prove that. So they did a study where there were 2 groups of people. One group sat in a high power pose for 2 minutes, the other one a low power pose for 2 minutes, and then they did a spit swab to check their hormones. So those who stood in the high power pose for the 2 minutes had 20% increased levels of testosterone. So the testosterone, we know that's, you know, the thing that's going to get things done. It's, you're not shying away from anything. You're commanding, you're assertive, you're not necessarily aggressive, but of course, you know, that would be the far end of it. But definitely being assertive, you're, people will look at you like you're lucky or you're a winner, and that's just how it'll come across. You'll feel that way and people see you that way. The people who sat in low powered poses had a 10% decrease in testosterone. So they were less likely to look like a winner or look lucky or assertive or commanding. The other thing on the other side of that was cortisol levels were affected by these high and low power poses. So those who were in high power poses had a 25% decrease in cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So not only do you command more attention, but you also don't feel stressed out. You don't question yourself. Whereas those who were in low powered poses had a 15% increase in cortisol, where they looked more stressed out. They didn't carry on the conversation. They couldn't, you know, compete in there. So high power poses, you're coming across as more authentic, more passionate about what you're talking about. You have more confidence. I mean, I don't know about you, but these are all things that if I'm at an open house, if I am in sales, if I'm at a job interview, like these are all things that I want to portray, because who wants to hire someone who's just like, nobody wants to be around that person. So I thought that this was really interesting. And again, this was a study out of Columbia and Harvard from Amy, sorry, allergies are really wrecking me. Amy Cuddy did this study, and I'm dropping some funky beats. So you can look it up and look more into it. There was a lot more that went into it than these things, but these were the big things that I really took away, and I thought that would be fun to share with you. So if you would like to hear more of these tips and that I'm finding for my personal development, I'd be happy to share them with you. Go ahead and follow me when I do my lives and when I do my videos. Reach out to me and let me know what you want to see. If there's things that you're trying to work on, you know, we're all, you know, trying to be better. So I'm happy to help, and if I can help with anything, I will do that. And if you're looking for some personal training and you want to just get stronger and feel more confident with your body, go ahead and reach out. We've got our open house tomorrow night, Wednesday the 19th, from 4 to 7. Reach out and I will send you the address. We'd love to see you there. And in any event, just stay strong, keep your food journal, stay on track with your goals, and you can do it. So have a great night.